You're listening to The Six-Armed Man, Mutants of the Cataclysm Year 22, written by Ken E. Nielsen, and narrated by Wyatt Korell. Chapter 1. Joel only knew two things about vehicles. They ran on gas, and they moved on wheels. But even he could figure out that how his truck had been acting for the last few days was not good. Sputtering and shaking, it slowly made its way through the countryside. The fields to his right long since overgrown with tall snow-covered grass, while the plateau to his right cast long shadows over the road. Joel slammed his fist against the dashboard as the truck rolled to a stop. The vehicle exhaled loudly before the engine died completely. Squeezing the steering wheel in anger, his knuckles turned as white as the thin layer of snow outside. Bending forward, Joel pressed his forehead against the horn, his goggles sliding up into his wavy brown hair. The horn emitted a sad honk before even that gave up. Sighing, Joel pushed the door open and stepped out into the cold air. Looking up towards the plateau, he could see the outline of a road spiraling up behind it. Joel had planned to just drive past the line of trees and down through the small town he could see, continuing further east. Taking a deep breath, Joel trudged to the front of the truck, snow crunching underneath his weathered boots. Small wisps of dark smoke were escaping from both sides of the black hood. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to put a black hood on a baby blue truck, he could not understand. Who the fuck thought getting a baby blue truck to begin with was a good idea, he didn't understand, period. Lifting the hood, Joel waved his hand to clear the smoke that now billowed into his face. Eyes filling with tears, he tried to peer through the fumes. All he saw down there were pieces of metal. He had no idea what they did. Coughing, Joel slammed down the hood, making the truck dip. Shivering as a gust of cold wind blew past him, Joel pulled his jacket tighter around himself as he hurried to the truck bed. Throwing back the tarp, he grabbed his backpack and slung it over his shoulders, tightening the straps. He knew they'd become loose again in short order. As most things did these days, the straps were old and barely functioning. Even the clothes he wore didn't really fit. They were a couple sizes too big. Joel caught movement in the corner of his eye. He slowly reached his hand into the truck bed, grabbing the only other item in there, a military shovel. What had once been a sharp edge had been dulled by digging, but it should still suffice to cut a man's throat if need be.
"Hello there. Didn't mean to startle you,"
said a man in dark overalls and a cap pulled down as far as it could go, hands raised defensively.
"I heard the horn and saw the smoke and came down to see if I could lend any help."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?